Learning for a New Generation, a story of secondary school education in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a country with a population of almost 9 million people, 1 million of whom are young adolescents. There is a vision for Sierra Leone to become a middle-income country by 2035, with free compulsory education for all and a secondary education system that produces the entrepreneurs who can drive progress. But this is a huge task. The country faces economic and climate-related challenges. And after decades involving war and disease outbreaks, the education system is struggling to meet all learners' needs. But there is progress. These are the stories of adolescent learners in 3 districts of Sierra Leone: Bintu, Humu, Peter, George, Osman, Wuya, and Fatmata, and the people aiming to ensure they get the education they deserve. Humu enjoys learning. She tries to attend her community school as much as possible, but sometimes must stay at home to help her mother with household chores and caregiving responsibilities.
So I did not for cook, I did not for do them process the day. So my next, I'm not going to get time for study. Because the weekend, I'm not going to get time for study. I know for say if I don't learn me book, then the whole I come up and so I manage a kind of school.
This is a familiar story for many young learners in Sierra Leone. Though families and schools are increasingly supporting their children to get an education, the reality of poverty means that many are often forced to choose between their studies and supporting their families. Bintu, a top performer in her class, knows these challenges too well.
One of the things the way they make me not be able to come first or second inside class, I can go help mama for friend wood. Then I not keep net, I not able to study back for make I get something that me before they can at school.
Or more put on a school now first they come. So the teacher then leka, and I don't want pull on her. But right outside they are tight.
Peter is also relied upon to contribute to household duties. Each morning, he takes care of the animals, making him late to lessons. His continued absence meant he had to repeat the year.
Sometimes I go get now for canvas at the late. I not get meet up again for Ghana school. And I absent too much. So I don't make her be feel. Because I don't late now, no for now, or I can't. Teacher then they talk, then they beat me up. Sometimes then they drive. We late, then they drive and they say go to my camp because I don't late too much.
But we born someone who picking the way be say them clever. They want for educate. But nothing not there. At times they try and say instead of better level, nothing not they forgot it to us. Wallahi the school don't do.
Through training, like the new school leadership program, school staff are gaining better understanding of how learners' lives outside school can impact their lives in school, and giving them tools for adapting classroom practice to be more supportive and inclusive.
That particular school leadership program help us to what? To capacitate ourselves, and it will also help us to what? To become what? A change agent, in the sense to know how to manage the classroom.
I like the school because the teacher they wouldn't get them good, then they teach thinking for make them understand. They get something that they aid anytime where they can for cheap. Well, the other thing I don't like, I a bit because me had a free bit. Then because I don't know my sister I don't like.
Even when they are able to attend school, learners also face violence, harassment, or bullying on the way to school and inside the classroom. And it is often seen as completely normal, though this is changing.
So we allow them to use the assembly to talk to colleagues about how they are supposed to be safe in school, and also teachers. Through our teacher learning circle, we also educate college teachers by telling them the policy of education. That as a teacher, this is what and what you are supposed to do so that our learners will be safe in school. If you go beyond that, the law will take its course.
Learners with disabilities, like Osman, are more likely to face violence due to stigma and discrimination. After walking 40 minutes to school each day, he often faces mocking comments from classmates. But he is not deterred and continues to pursue education with the goal of becoming an electrician.
He didn't bug me at the stomach and bug me in the hand. He left me. He can't be there.
To improve learners' safety, interventions are being implemented to improve how violence is identified and reported in schools, including rollout of government's National Referral Protocol, Teachers' Code of Conduct, and the new development of school safety committees.
I am here to ensure that the National Referral Protocol works effectively. That is to create a platform where kids will feel free, will have the leverage to report or communicate what they think is not right and what they think they need support. I am here to support those teachers through the Ministry of Education to work friendly with the kids, so that when kids come in the school, they should not see the school as a hazard, but yet a friendly environment.
George is another dedicated learner, one of the top 5 in his class. Though his visual impairment prevents him from seeing the board clearly, he tries to sit at the front of his classroom, but it can be difficult to take notes and maintain his good performance at school.
Since when I start from class 1, I will do very great. I will always be inside the first 5. I will always the come first in our class. And I will study. I will study past how they study now. But since when I begin arts, I never able to get much time for study. So I can still be inside the first 5, but not all I be there.
Inclusion champions have been introduced to better support learners like George and Osman. Their role is to ensure learners' needs are identified, teachers respond to them, and any necessary referrals to support services like eye care are made. They also improve understanding of disability rights among learners and school staff.
Me are there for guide and support the students and the pupils them for make them learn. Now my responsibility if Pikin can't tell me something, I follow up and I able know waiting for do how it go comfort and it able learn na school na where it not go from school.
When safety and inclusion improve in schools, we see more learners succeeding and fewer dropping out. For girls in Sierra Leone's secondary schools, this also means supporting them to attend throughout their periods.
We don't be they get the parts, now pieces will be they use, because the pieces what will they use, me, especially me, I be they feel so discouraged. Because when I use them, I not sabi use them. When I use them, even for the skin, I lost one lesson where they teach you. I'm gonna also just for what change.
Distribution of nearly 500,000 menstrual hygiene kits to girls like Wuya has provided the opportunity to have safe, shame-free periods, ensuring their school life is not disrupted each month.
So this pardon make we not ashamed.
But schoolgirls in Sierra Leone are also at high risk of dropping out due to early marriage and pregnancy.
Boss don't come on, I don't go tell people and say, you want me for marriage. But me, I not agree. I say I want to educate. For that, I do computer science.
Fatmata became a mother during primary school. Despite facing discrimination, she refused to give up on her education. And with the support of her teachers and family, she has been able to continue her studies.
The time why the classes, now I go to school, but I take belly. I take belly. Why I go sit down in class now when me come play laugh me. Say I don't take belly. I left classes so I don't take belly. They go laugh me. Why I sit down at bench and you sit down there. They say me don't take belly. Yeah, they don't take belly. Me no left classes, so I don't take belly. But why they don't ask me, they can't wait me. They say my grab my land. Why take belly? They go encourage me for land. I don't come on to school. I will go to school. Say I sit in MBSSE. I pass. I call them over.
Why I no one left farm? Because I say not to the belly. I say now for lay able. Now not to the belly. I work for her. I say now the school. I work for her. So why I tell her I say let go to school? Why you get the belly? And I see say they pay the attention be done to the school. Why you get belly? They list in me word. So myself I will go cater for her. The counter the girl. For let eat. Let you go to school.
While the government has introduced the radical inclusion policy to ensure pregnant learners can stay in school, there is still work to be done to ensure they are not ostracized by their peers and teachers. One initiative that is making an impact in secondary schools is the Girls and Boys Clubs. These are safe spaces where learners listen to radio programs about taboo topics like pregnancy, menstruation, violence, bullying, and their rights, and can learn together. The government of Sierra Leone is committed to strengthening inclusion, safety, and quality teaching.
There has been a significant transformation of secondary school with the effective partnership that we have with Leh Wi Lan.
In partnership with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, the Leh Wi Lan program, funded by UK International Development, is a key partner that provides school-wide training on policies, developing leadership programs, offering teachers training opportunities, and implementing learners' initiatives.
We now have schools that are better led. We also have schools that have more girls and disabled students being retained. We have better teaching methods, which is paying dividend in terms of improved learning outcomes for our young people. We've also seen a significant improvement in our retention rates and certainly in terms of our achievement rates as well.
Positive change is unfolding. Attitudes and behavior are shifting, but it requires people throughout the whole education system, at school, district, national levels, to work together so that all learners can access education that gives them the hope of a brighter future. Join us as we continue to follow Humu, Bintu, Peter, Osman, George, Wuya, and Fatmata in their academic journey over the next 4 years, witnessing the challenges, growth, and triumph they face, while also observing the ongoing transformation of Sierra Leone's education system.
So this year, I did GSS 3, and I did try for make our study hard. By next year, I go do SS1 by the grace of Allah.
My dream, I go want to become agriculturist for provide food for the country and to extend them to another country.
The main important subject they were left most when math, agriculture, integrated social study.
I want to be a teacher because I want to educate some others to supply my knowledge, to expand my knowledge again.
The government of Sierra Leone, in partnership with Leh Wi Lan, is committed to enhancing safety, inclusion, and quality in Sierra Leone's secondary schools.